Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Clintonian. Wednesday evening? Hey, so here's another redemptive reflection, and uh, it deals with faith. So we have these different sects of religious faiths. See, like within the Abrahamic tradition, you have Christianity, Judaism, and then Islam, right? Then you have like Buddhism, Hinduism, you know, probably some other isms, but just I'm not trying to mock religion, by the way. But so there, I'm not gonna name call him out though. But there's a young man that I know of who actually, so he was raised Catholic, like myself, and then uh, and I watched him. He's a outstanding young man, and he's grown up now. He's actually, I think now he's like maybe in his mid 30s or so. But so he was, Catholic, just like I was raised, too, in the church, Catholic. And then later I became a born again Christian. And then later, I actually, not many people know this, but I actually started studying under, a rabbi at the synagogue. And I took classes for a couple of years. And I was actually studying to convert to Judaism, and then I started studying like Talmud, Zohar. I really like went deep off into Jewish mysticism. But I've always been intellectually curious, but also even more so spiritually curious. But I watched, a young friend of mine who has been, as he's coming along his spiritual journey, and so he was Catholic, and then he converted to Islam. And it was interesting because it was at a time maybe I don't know, like 5, 6 years, no, maybe more than that, maybe like 6, 7 years ago, when there was a lot of geopolitical instability and, for lack of a better expression, there was a lot of hostile or military, engagements, or terrorism, and all this stuff was at large, and Islam seemed to be, at the center of it. Now that's not the real Islam. There's different sects within Islam too, though. So they were, different, sects, and actually the sect of Islam, or branch that he joined, was actually part of the, the more militant group. And I don't even know if militant's the right word though, but the people that were doing a lot of terrorist activities, were associated with this particular sect, of Islam. So anyway, he's no longer doing that though. He's actually, more 5D, on a spiritual track, and I'm that way myself too as well. And I just want to say that, you know, on your spiritual journey, as you know, as you move along and you start to question things, it's actually quite normal to explore other faiths, and because you're checking things out, and you don't want to just scratch the surface, yeah, read a book, whatever, but it's actually quite normal to join, or associate yourself with another faith, and take a deep dive to figure out what it's all about. But and then once you or me, whatever I can say, I like once I decided, hey, I'm not gonna put any labels on myself at all. I just believe in God, and I consider myself spiritual. So what sometimes people say to me, or they'll ask me, "Are you religious?" And I'll say, "Well, when it comes to religion, I follow them all, but believe in none." And yeah, I just believe in God, and I think God, and this is what I really want to say, is that I don't think God can be really confined or defined by a particular ism, like you can't put a label on him. say, hey, this is what God is all about, and we got it, we got it down. I mean, like, you know, that's just something. He's already inside of us anyway. He's given us a spirit, and there's this one verse in the Bible that says, the Lord said unto my Lord, uh, my Lord is my higher self. We all have like this inner God within us, and I don't think we really need to put a label or attach any type of ism to religion, because I don't think God does that either. God is just God. Yeah. And I just want to leave you with that. I don't know if that helps anyone, but just because you don't subscribe to a particular faith, or or people may look at you because you don't believe what they believe, don't feel bad about yourself. God still loves you, and you should love yourself too. And I don't dislove people who practice a faith that I don't adhere to. Whatever. It's like, hey, that's their thing. Whatever. And oh well. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. This is a kind of difficult topic though, but I hope this helps, and I hope you guys get the point that I'm trying to make. So I'm gonna say goodnight, but it's not uncommon, or it's very normal. Like if you're exploring, your spiritual nature, and you're trying to figure out what stuff means, it's not, unusual to check out other things, and just because you do that doesn't mean that you're bad and you're lost, whatever. No, you're just using your spiritual mind to try to grasp, and make sense of it all. I'm gonna close it out now and say goodnight, guys. Peace.